Hi there. I did that thing where I accidentally zoom in my mod on VTube Studio again, but I think it's the normal size now. Let me just make sure. I think that's right. I opened this game before the stream, but I found that if I click certain like keyboard keys, even without the gaming focus, it's still like registers. So I have to begin stream and then open it. That's a new game, so if there's any audio issues, as always, I'd appreciate if you let me know. And looks like an ad is going to play soon, even though I tried to expedite it. Guys can talk a little bit about this game before that happens, at least. So one of the first games I played in this channel's like early days was one a Metroidvania called Record of Lotus War, Didlet in Wonder Labyrinth. When I played that, I alluded to there being another Metroidvania made by the same team that I also wanted to stream in the future. And this is that game. Luna Knights is a Touhou fun game, very much a completely different series, but just from the title screen you can tell that this was made by the same team. Also, this UI on the top there, you could have shown that to me, and I think that was from Didlet's game. The style is really similar. It's not a problem, of course, it's a great style. It's a magic space I made based on Gensokyo, exact same as the real thing. And what's the point of it? To overcome the tests you prepared, make great where I wait. If I limit on my powers. New games influence if you're already powerful. Alright, that was a very snap introduction. Only parts that is some sort of trial. I was about to say there's no melee attack on this one. While Didlet's game had both melee and ranged attacks, like the sword and the bow. Also accidentally did some kind of special skill there. Also, hi there, Knight. Welcome. The ad should be over now. This is pretty old. I don't know the exact year, but in the distant past, I've watched a friend play it before, but I also already forgot most of it. Then I got interested in both this game and Didlet in Wonder Labyrinth. That's from the same team, and then ended up playing that one first. But this has been like sitting on my Steam library for a long time or so. So what I did by accident there earlier is called Snail Time. You basically slow everything down. Even the raindrops, which is a nice detail. Which I guess I'm supposed to just get past this gate. I'll say Puff Water can find out now if whether Isaka is hydrophobic. Hi there, Kiro. Welcome. If you remember when I played another Metroidvania from Lotus Wart, this is by the same team, which should be apparent. But I'm still just in the tutorial. Approach an enemy is crazy, you can steal HP, MP, and time. Like this. So basically get very close and jump away until you get some HP. Meaning that you have to risk your skin if you want to heal, which is interesting. Saka's got to be tough to be the head made of the sisters. Yeah, and she's randomly like subject to a trial where she doesn't have her powers anymore. That's the premise of this game thus far. I don't recall much of the rest of the plot because it's been so long that I've played. I mean, I haven't played it, I've watched it. Must be as imposter Lady Ramirez space created. Also, I'm realizing that the plot is basically the same as Lotus Wart then. The entire game is like a fake space, even the characters are fake. That was a thing in Daedalus game. Sakuya has never seen a fun before, I take it. Must be especially confusing since it's a phone booth with a floppy disk icon on top of it. You realize how like the current generation probably doesn't know what this is, they just know it as the save icon. But they have never seen a floppy disk before. You hear her voice from the box and she's actually picking it up here. Okay, so I can see my map. Also, all these... Apparently there's several different currencies. It is already making me think of Victory Road again. Hope it's not as bad as that game in terms of grinding for currency. And this is surely where I'm supposed to have a sliding dash skill, which I don't have yet. MP, I can't throw a knife like this into recover MP. We're gonna play Touhou Puppet Dance. Very curious at what's that, because I was thinking of streaming that just this game. Possibly even after I finish with this one. But I think this game is not on Steam unless they added it recently. I can look that up. So it's not on Steam. You have to get it from a different storefront, probably a Japanese one. I think a problem with that one will be whether, like, as an indie, it probably has streaming guidelines. I'm not sure if it would be allowed to one, stream it in a monetized channel, and to stream it with an English patch on, because I think the English translation for that game is not official. But I know about that game, it would be very fun to stream since I like those monster taming games in a way. So I could look into that. And if you're watching this and you don't know, Touhou Puppet Dance is... it's a confusing title because it has nothing to do with dancing or rhythm. It's a Pokemon clone, but with Touhou characters. And I have to remember to keep moving my mouse out of the way. And I have an impasse here because I have no MP to attack, but I'm surrounded by enemies on either front. There has to be a faster way to recover MP when like you're idling. It's weird that it's so slow to recover. Side Spider will get her favorite starter. I know about that part. You can choose any of the Pokemon, or in this case the dolls, as your starter. So yeah, I'll make a mental note to look into how it's the rules for streaming that game. Also, I think I can get past this part yet. If I find that I'm allowed to stream that game with the English patch, which I don't think that's likely, but just in case. It's one game I'd like to stream at some point in the future. For now, I'm planning to stream Octopath Zero after this. But I might change my mind, especially if Puppet Dance is shorter. Also, if it happens to be on sale on whichever website they sell it. So I can't go there. I don't think I can go up there either. It's way too high. And I can't do much here because I'm very short on MP. I now recalling that Wonder Labyrinth was like the most difficult game for me to stream to date. Because it's so much more action focused. Doing that and speaking during the chat and now is a lot more difficult. It's a bunch of machinery. Is that vehicle? It's a robot I made. This Nitori seems to be an imposter too. Right, testing this while doing some business. should take it because you can't use your power. I'll let you have it for free. And now stop timing whenever you want. And it goes down much faster if I move or attack during it. But I don't think that's gonna help in that part I couldn't get through before. I'm missing a slide dash in the higher jump. Now my HP and MP are fully recovered. Oh, so that that payphone from before does not actually recover your stats. You have to find a vending machine like this one. Also, there's this thing where every time there's a vending machine, there'll be a trash bin like this one. I know there's an achievement you get if you find every one of those and you like throw a can to the bin every time. Which is a lot harder than it looks. Hey, maybe I have to stop time. I mean, pick up the can, then stop time. That's what we're using our newfound time powers for. To put out the trash. Does Touhou have more than one official guy? I think it's just that one. You'll probably think of Ryonosuke. I think there's some male characters that are like only mentioned in some characters' backstories, but they never show up. I think there's gonna be like the rest of the stream, just me trying to properly dispose of this aluminum can. Nice. And it turns green, so I don't have to keep track of which beans I've already like done. Sakura has a housemaid, but she sure sucks at taking the trash out. And that's it for this trial. Looks like I have to go back to where I was before. I was picked by accident. The whole mansion is pretty dysfunctional, to be honest. I can imagine it is, like, doesn't the... I think that's just a meme about how the gatekeeper keeps sleeping on her job. Not sure if that's like an official detail. She's probably gonna show up later. And I think I was supposed to stop time here, but I just used the slowdown. And it looks like his nail is a free action, like it doesn't consume MP. Yeah, looks like I can spam it without consequence. Actually, I think it's a good idea to do that like whenever about to enter a new place. You have a lot more time to react. Oh, did I just never come this way before? That was supposed to be left on. I stopped them in water, it solidifies and I won't be able to move. Oh, so water becomes solid if you stop time, so you can walk on top of it. I can time stop uses time set of MP. So if I run out of MP, I can use time as a second gauge. Also, if you graze enemies while time is stopped, you will recover time instead of MP. And this should... nope, I thought this would remove the skate, but it's still there. There's another one. I wonder if there's some like RNG to the directions Sakura throws his soda can towards. I think there is. Stopping time for nice is actually what Theo from JoJo also does. I mean, I've seen my share of memes comparing these two characters. Guess it's where everybody's mind goes to first. Oh, the waterfalls turn solid, that's the problem. Oh, these are just statues. So if time stop, I don't recover health from grazing either. It has to be on normal time. Makes sense if water turns twice, so time stop water should act like ice. Yeah, and if time is stopped, then water can't really be fluid, so it makes sense that you can't sink onto it, since it can't move at all. That another place where I need a slide tackle? No, not yet. A sliding knife. Does that deal damage, I wonder? So this is gonna be a problem because I can't stop timing water. Oh, you're meant to slide under it. That's pretty clever. Seems like it does deal damage. If you spam it, you might get a foul. It's gonna ruin your Justice passives. I can only head up now. Which just gets me to a safe spot. Oh, there was a place right in the beginning where I needed this slide tackle. But unlike in Lotus War, looks like you cannot teleport between save spots in this one. You have to backtrack. What position would Sakura be? She strikes me as a forward. Especially because there's a kicking Hisatsu where you shoot a bunch of swords. Not nice, but it's close enough. Maybe unlock the ability to teleport in the future, I hope. I don't know how big this map is going to get. I think this game is about the same as Lotus War in terms of length. I guess it's easier to stand in place and let the enemies come to you in snail time into grace. Instead of trying to approach yourself, that's riskier. I guess we found our answer. I forgot that the warp zones were not the same spots as the save rooms. Now, where was the room where I needed this slide tackle? I think it was this one. I only need the start cards, but the intense like Circle of the Moon. Funny because Touhou has plenty of characters that throw cards around. But yeah, there's those power cards that refill my MP. I've always like meant to get into Castlevania someday, but I have yet to play any official Castlevania game. Also, I don't think there's many of them for PC, especially on Steam. So I think some time ago there is like one of the retro games on Steam, I think. And looks like if you know, like, just when to use the time stop, you can pretty much spam it. As long as there's a lot of enemies around. That's where I needed to be. I got a stun knife. Looks like it's the Y button that I use that. And it works when time stopped. Nothing to see here, so there's only these two bets left to go. I also think another break is about to play. If I get to like a cutscene, I'll wait for it to end. Oh, that's an face effect when that knife hits. And not this play now, for some of you at least. But I'm just backtracking for now, anyway. When they said stun knife, I thought it would only be like a weak paralyzing effect. Thanks for letting me know, Kiro. Still can't get up there. And I can't come this way either. So I'm missing something in some different room that I visited before. I think this where I got an MP upgrade. There might be another gate over here, but it's only place left. So hi there. Here I already like starting to get lost. He's crazy in that stop, but the cane stone still paying time. So you can't get your health back like that. You're talking about, I'm the one who installed that phone. Makes sense. Maybe that's why they're green. But then payphones in Japan are also green by standard. Store is ready, so come by when you have some time. Come by when you have some time, she says to the character who can stop time. She was all day over there, so I'll probably find a teleport soon so I can come back and although that's kind of far away anyhow, so I think I should go now. If anything, just to see how many jewels I have to pick up. Alright, there's a gate. Never mind them, I'll wait until I can unlock that. She'll probably show up in other rooms as well. But I guess that's not a problem anymore. Which way was the shop again? I still messed that up somehow. And the way this voice keeps saying time max when you in your gorgeous reveal is totally like inspired by Karuga, so it's like just like the voice in that game. If you're not going to shop, can return the watch. Have magic time shop. But I have to turn the jewels into money first. At least if that's the case, then we'll want to like be in a situation where I have to find a specific jewel, which is nice. That's Sanchez, Aquamarine, Topaz, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, and Diamond. I am going through the Terraria gems in my head to see how many of them are Also here, I think it's almost all of them, just missing Amber instead of Aquamarine. Yeah, so I increase my damage, which should be this. How do they just stat boosts work again? Is that a thing in this game? Because I don't remember reading it. Also, Sirion, hi there. Welcome. This is probably a difficult time for you to tune into Twitch, so thanks for being here. Sirion is another VTuber. Also, I usually forget to do this. I will shout you out. Which I think is this command. Not this one. Is it this or the same thing but with a slash instead? Oh, it's the double underscore. Sorry, I didn't notice that. But it's still the wrong command. Now what, it's easier to just copy your username and paste it. I'm glad that messages with commands don't show up like on the chat on the stream, because that would be embarrassing. Nice, so there's this one and this other one just doesn't work. I think it's probably from some bot that I don't have on my channel. Anyhow, I first watched Sirion when he was playing Inazuma 11, the game I was playing up until last week. Which you might know is very rare, like there's very few English VTubers playing that game. So you should consider checking him out if you like that, and also if you like Yakuza, cause and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what you were last playing in your channel. I almost quit by accident again. Sirion had streamed in Inazuma 11 and he had also streamed, I think, Digimon, so it's two games we have in common. You started Lost Odyssey. Oh, wasn't that the game by like a next Final Fantasy director? If it's the one I'm thinking of. I remember a bit about that game. It has like some connection with Final Fantasy. Miswaka Student was an Xbox exclusive, I think. Which is like very unusual for a JRPG to be an Xbox exclusive of all things. Never got to play it in the Young Time Friends 360, so I can play it. Nice. I myself have like several older games that are only on old consoles that I would like to stream as well. But getting that set up is probably gonna be like difficult and expensive, so I mostly focus on PC games for now. SMT had an Xbox game. That I don't know about, but was it like Xbox exclusive? Because I can tell that in the country, at least Xbox is like next to non-existent in Japan. Oh, 9 was on Xbox. I think I've heard about that one as well. I've heard about 90 on the context of like it being weird that it's an JRPG on Xbox. Also, I've got a HP recovery and a save point in the same room. That's very ominous. Very like Mega Man pre-boss room coded. I never owned an Xbox, but I also had a board 360. It was like board for me when I was on vacation once, as a kid. I pretty much only play one game in that. It was an old Forza, not sure which one. But I remember really liking it, and I was very upset that I had to return the console, so I never got far into that game. Mas saying say trip I pointed on purpose, it wasn't. Start the vending machine, did you notice? The improved one that fell through from a parallel universe. You can drink some delicious juice, so it's not soda. I mean, it might be soda, but they don't have a concept of carbonated drinks, so they just call it juice. Don't forget to throw out the empty cans. Think the boss fight is soon, but you want to shop again? Come again anytime. Not say boss fight. Stop there, I want to let you take one step further. Oh, so you were not in the mansion yet. We're going to get into it now. Microsoft specifically asked Miss Walker to make Lost Odyssey and the Blue Dragon to get more traction for the 360 in Japan. Oh, so that's why it's exclusive, makes sense. I know two things about the Blue Dragon. One is that the art style is very similar to Dragon Ball, so I think Toriyama did work on that. And it has a very infamous, I think, battle theme. A certain vocal one. And I think it had the game on the DS as well. And wait, this is mailing the gatekeeper. And I'm doing it all wrong by not using my powers here. And I forgot to can't like turn off snail time. Can't attack here from the front either. The angle she comes in, that flying kick is very tricky. So there's just teleporting behind you thing. As I charge up a snail time when she's like on the ground, then release it whenever she jumps. It's easier to react to what she's gonna do. Touhou usually isn't like this, right? Yeah, normally it's a bullet hell series. This is not an official game. But Touhou has like a famously lax like guideline on fan games to the point you can commercialize them. There's one of such games. There's also a Metroidvania. Earlier this stream we were just talking about another fun game in the Autopass talk about this. One called Touhou Puppet Dance, that's a Pokemon clone. And I knew about it before, it's like it looks great and I would love to stream it. I just have to make sure if I am allowed to do it, because it's an indie and it's not on Steam. But if you like Pokemon, I suggest looking that up as well. It's called Touhou Puppet Dance Performance. Has nothing to do with dancing despite the name. I stopped that just in time. I'll wait for my time to recover a bit. Nice. Is she also a machine? She was detonating there. Not your only enemy, but that mailing was your real mailing? Oh, was she? Watch out, there's a Mandragora in the area. This one. And you can't hit it by shooting downwards. Also in like 90% that at some point some of these armor suits are gonna come to life and attack you. And since I just got past a boss and found a save point, I'll take a short break now. I'll see you in a moment. Sorry, hi there. My mic was turned off. I retrieved this picture while I was on break that I want to talk about. So early on, like Knight asked about male characters in Touhou, and I said as far as I know there's only one. But I wanted to highlight this one that's from a fun game. Like a fun game that's just a bullet hell like the original ones are. There's a fun game that has this character as an early boss. His name is Sip. And I think he's like a snow owl yokai. It's from a game called Touhou Makasai 2, which is on Steam. I think it's like a half remake of Touhou 7. But it replaces some things, in particular a few bosses like this one. I think she takes place, he replaces the first boss. Which was pretty surprising to me, but I like it. I like his design. And I think there's a sequel for that game coming out that's going to be based on Touhou 8. But I'm not sure when that is releasing. But that also like creates another reason why also how do I get past this? Like there's only one humanoid male character in Touhou, again as far as I know. It's because Touhou has that it has that annoying fantasy cliche where like you have a intelligent monster species where the males of that species just look like conventional monsters, but the females all look like attractive human women with some monster characteristics. So sometimes in various Touhou media, like male yokai will show up, but you don't register that because they just look like monsters. Conversely, for like most of the female yokai, you would not actually know they are yokai unless the game told you, because they have like no inhuman traits that would give that away. Including the boss we just fought, did you work out that Mei Ling is a yokai without like prior knowledge? I think these enemies only get it if you stop dying first. She's super powerful for human standards, but still. Yeah, so is Sakuya, she can stop time for one, but she is actually a human, not a yokai. But how can you tell? Also, I was mostly just wandering aimlessly, but I found another warp, which is nice. Oh, you thought she was a yokai, so you're already like getting it. Exactly the point I was making. Até mesmo makes you unable to control time. It drains my time as well. I shouldn't have tested that. Now I have to wait for my time to come back. Still getting some buttons mixed up. Remilia is a vampire, she is. And I'm just remembering now that this Red Mist is one of like her powers. I think that's what it's referencing. Oh, these skeletons are giving me Wonder Labyrinth flashbacks. I remember there was a skeleton enemy that was very annoying in that game. That's fair, looks like a blossom from Powerpuff Girls. Yeah, and doesn't the blue one look like the whatever the blue Powerpuff Girl is called? I forgot. Bubbles. If there's a green fairy with black hair, then it's intentional. Also, this is a chandelier, which these are very famous for falling in video games. Is that gonna be the case here? Not with this one at least. Oh, I knew it. And it still started me. Now how can I tell which one is going to fall? Don't see anything different between those two. Now I'm gonna be overly cautious here, because I'm fully expecting stuff to either fall or come to life. A double jump knife. So now I could, and maybe I have to come back all the way here to get up to this area. A gun knife, there might be one. So she already throws knives in way, so a gun knife won't make much of a difference. Guess it will be a faster projectile at least. And I got a knife upgrade. I was wondering if like you could stop the chandelier while it's falling to use it as a platform. There could be a puzzle like that. Oh, I have to backtrack through this whole section. So the fair with the canoes wears purple and has brown hair, so if she had a green dress and black hair, that would be very like decisive that is intentional part of girl's appearance. One fourth monstrous sister, there's a fourth one. There was a purple Powerpuff Girl for one episode. I haven't watched a lot of that show, so I want to know. I have to invade to deal with these enemies. But speaking of old cartoons, I remember really liking Totally Spies was the name. Which I was very aware that's like it's a cartoon made for girls, but I liked watching it anyway. Getting never heard of before Powerpuff Girl lore. Yeah, I just recalled the one episode where they have like evil male counterparts like Powerpuff Boys, I think. As this one has a ton of HP. Guess I need to get past him. Which I could if I just double jump. Forgot I can do that now. Different in the order of boys, I'm not sure, I think that might be what they were called. I don't think, I remember is that they were male clones of the Powerpuff Girls and they were evil. And I have no clue what this is for. And with these enemies being much tougher, I think that I'm not supposed to be here yet. This might be something for much later. Wings Club I never got into. I was aware that it existed, but never got into it. I remember a Flash game with anime Powerpuff Girls was the one where like it's sort of like a Tamagotchi of like manage their daily life. A fighting game. I have a very like foggy recollection of a game like this. Some fighting game that had like Cartoon Network characters, but it was like strangely gritty. It had the Powerpuff Girls as separate characters, and then it had the boys as one character, like a 3-in-1 sort of thing. I'm not sure if it's the one you're talking about. It might be like I'm mixing up some vague memories of different games. The 3 world devices are just one, so I think we are thinking of the same game. If you know what it was called, please let me know, because I would also like to see that again. There was a 4th girl that was white. I do not recall that part. How many like hidden Powerpuff Girls are there? It's like when you find out that the original Super Mario has like several hidden characters as well that are all different color subs of Mario, like Luigi was. And you can look that up if you didn't know yet. Like if you sort of force the game to make you play as the 3rd, 4th, or 4th character and so on, it was a different skin of Mario with a different name every time. I almost got that one in the first run. Nice. I'm getting better at this. I explored everything I had to see in this area thus far. Oh, that was a jump scare. Also, this might be the puzzle idea I was talking about. I have to make that chandelier fall and step on it with time stopped. Not yet. How do you cause it to fall again? Do I have to shoot at it? Yeah, I have to come dangerously close to it, but I'm not sure if you can step on it in midair like that. Also, they also had the same idea, the devs, as what I had for a puzzle. Nice. I think this is just backtracking. Forgot that it respawns. And that better save, because I would get too greedy when I was playing this game and like die before I reach the save point after I did a lot of like upgrading. Also, and that's something I only found out shortly before streaming this game. There's a sequel to it in the works. I think about 8 months ago, the developers tweeted that they were making a sequel to Touhou Luna Nights. But there is no screenshots or anything yet, just the announcement. Can never be too safe in Metroidvanias. That's what I learned the hard way when I streamed one in the beginning of this channel. And I said I'd like to get into Castlevania at some point, but I also have several other like indie Metroidvanias I want to stream. I have Momo the first one entry of a series called Momodora in my backlog, and then the sequel to it. And there's one called Dust that I also want to play, a Metroidvania. I want to replay the PS2 at some point. They are super interesting. To date, I've not played any mainline Castlevania game, which I probably should since I like the games inspired by it. The only Castlevania I remember playing, it was very briefly, was Judgment on the Wii. And I know that game is not like representative at all of the rest of the series. Hypnosis is even cuter in game 3. Oh, I mean the one from the fun game is on the third game. Because it's one only finding that out now. Apparently he is. He isn't. There's another one. And they are the extra bosses, or at least part of it, is what I'm finding. I can't find a like render of them though, strangely enough. So this thumbnail was the best I could find. So this other one is his sister. I was wondering if that was another male character. This redesign, first of all, is a very like sharp redesign. I would not be able to tell that it's the same character. Looks very like a Genshin Impact inspired this time. Also, I was missing what was going on in the chat before. Judgment was wild. That's what I hear from like anyone that's a Castlevania fan when I talk about that game. Imagine going to that without like knowing any of the characters, because that was my case. Saka, just put it on the bin, it's not that difficult. And she drops knives when she double jumps, she's like literally immortal in one way. The main tower is that just was the pillow, I guess. So I think that's a completely different artist as well, at least looks like it. That also makes it harder to recognize him. The Death Note artist did the Judgment designs. I had no clue about that, but now that you mention it, they look a lot like the cover arts for Death Note. Who's that? It's Marissa, who's usually a playable character. The sister's name is Thanatos. That's... I saw that and that's why I assumed it was his brother, not his sister, at first. Because it sounds like a male name. Can to borrow a book? I read familiar was supposedly playing, so I'm breaking instead. She gave you permission to break in? Is that it? Is it a break-in if you have permission to do it? I'm not a thief, I just borrow things permanently. So I freeze her before she even has a chance to like begin fighting. I knew she was gonna do that, but nothing that time. Nice. Because it just in time. Also, these spheres that come down, they slightly home into you, so that makes it a bit awkward to dodge. It is Master Spark. Oh, I see how I managed to dodge that. Nice. I can't, of course I can trigger snail time while time is stopped, right? As soon as I bang at this, it's a remix of her theme song when you fight her as a boss in one of the official games, as that was on the first try. And she's salty. So far these bosses are very manageable if you're patient and you know when to use like snail time and stop time at the right times. Hard to talk about the sim without making a time pun. Although if you really want a challenge, you can try doing these bosses without stopping time, because I know that's possible. There's like YouTube compilations of people doing just that. So please be a good girl and go home. Wouldn't hurt you to bring me a cup of tea or coffee. And the this fake word would have to be fake coffee. A yellow key, I don't actually recall seeing any doors with a yellow glow. It's probably over here. That's the only direction I haven't gone yet. Where is it now? Safe shop ticket. She usually charges for those. You can use it during a boss fight. What I'm saying is just me more. I have to remember to move my mouse out of the way. I could just toggle the OBS option that hides my cursor, but sometimes I want to point to something on the screen. Oh, I was just saying, this is where I think I'm supposed to go next, but it's too high for me. Unless I recall something about being able to stand on your knives, but looks like I can't do that yet. Or maybe I think of another game. Oh, there's another new place to go. Just have to wait a bit. I messed it up. I was like kinda thinking the long road to go like all the way over here first, then come down. I actually don't recall going through this bit. But it's probably because I went the opposite way this time. And also buy the save point first, just in case. if you have, I guess, 9,999 of a gem, you get a small stat buff. But it scales very slowly. Considering how far I am to having this much of any gem, I think it pays off more to just use them to buy upgrades. And then like you can be sure of what exactly you're upgrading. I mean, maybe you could keep like memorizing this stat screen and seeing if it changes as you accumulate gems. These guys are pretty tanky. I don't think I found a makeover spot here because I was about to die. This being will be a difficult one. I'm not sure if there's a better way to do this. I'm just jumping over the bin, hoping the RNG drops the can downwards. Nice way to bounce in and out of the bin, but that still counts. So I'm gonna look and attempt sleeping again. Have a good one. That's fine. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Also, if you're watching this, please check out Sirion's channel. He also played like Victory World and Digimon, so our tastes are kinda aligned. I might also play a certain Yakuza game in this channel in the future. But speaking of that, I'm also gonna take a short break now since I reached a new area. And my voice is getting hoarse from how much I'm talking. So I'll see you in a moment. Hi there. And just now I was looking into info about Touhou Puppet Dance, the Pokemon clone we were talking about. I found out where it's sold, but it's not on sale. Currently, I don't know if it ever goes on sale, but I'd like to wait for that. Because you have to buy that and the DLC expansion like separately, so that increases the price a bit. Now I was trying to figure out whether you're allowed to stream it. And it might be somewhere on the official website. I'm not sure if the author is even like aware of the English patch existing, because that was fan-made, and if you're allowed to stream it with the patch, that's the main issue. That will be essentially like you stream a modded version of the game, and some developers disallow that. I'll try to find that out off stream later. Hypno's spell card portrait is drawn by an Arcanine Star artist, someone called Scorpion 5050. Oh right, this one. Did he go by another name before? Because I remember I followed this artist like for a long time, even before I played Dark Knights. And if you don't know, that's the one who drew like Grey and Kirara and some other characters. I think the place I followed him just started him like with like a Chinese name, so I wasn't sure how to pronounce that. I didn't know him as like Scorpion 5050. Yeah, so that explains why I thought a lot of the art for that series was very familiar to me. Because I don't think he only drew Hypnos, he must have done a lot of the promotional art as well, because it's totally his style in hindsight. Also, just to illustrate that point, I have to take a couple screenshots. To log into Dark Knights, I haven't done that yet today. So this is like the banner when you have the game on Steam. I would just like you to pay attention to the art style. And I'm gonna put up Grace Render from Arknights for comparison. And putting them together, yes, it's totally the same artist. I haven't realized that until now. This artist has made one of my favorite characters from Arknights, that's Kirara, who has been like historically memed as a MVP character in this channel in particular. And I think how Hypnos could totally be an Arknights character of his own. He has animal traits already. I wasn't prepared for that. I should position it before jumping on it. Oh, there's also enemies with that game. Still, there's basically a free raise, I guess. If you need to recover health, you can just come out, then back into this room. I think it's about time I should get like another special knife like this stone one. Wonder if I have to buy it, because I still haven't found another shop. Maybe it's only that one. Still not enough to kill him. Oh, this was the thing about jumping on your knives. Alright, I can summon the shop, but I think that's a consumable item. That I'm not even sure where to access that card. I mean, this is just the control menu. Yeah, she did say I can use it at any time, but I'm not finding the card in the UI. I'm also trying to press a button to cycle through this part, but I'm not finding it. Yeah, not sure how that works. Maybe it's only during boss fights like that I can use it. I mean, I'd assume that the D-pad cycles the knife up there, but it's not doing that. Nor is any other button on the controller. Then I have to go back here, because that's where I needed that ability to climb on my knives. Almost. Why would they place it being so far from the vending machine anyway? Why is this more difficult than the bosses? Nice. And I have to backtrack now, there is no other way that I can see. I'll have to wait this out. Oh, there's a hidden passage there. There should be enough to kill, right? Well, talking about the Dealer's game again, I remember how the final area in that game where it was just a bunch of enemies just like that Frankenstein one. Because at that point of the game, your movement was so good that it couldn't like challenge you with platform anymore. So it's just a bunch of very strong enemies. I can go back there. Maybe we can summon shop at save points, maybe, but we did talk about how I can call here at any time. Trying to click around us to anything either. And I have a lot of backtracking to do. Yeah, there's a safe spot, but there's no button to use the item or anything else in the menu. Does not change. I'm sure there's something stupid that I'm overlooking. I can look that up later. I don't have that many gems, I think, anyway, so I don't know if I would be able to buy anything else. And I did not realize just how much backtracking I'm gonna have to do. It's like here, then from this way, then all the way over there. It's gonna be a snaking path. I hope it's worth it. And I think I wasn't meant to have a double jump yet here originally, so that's why it feels easier. And there's a secret passage. I got a chainsaw. What? Oh, that's how you do it. You have to hold the Y button. Which I don't think the game told me before. I know the shop only sells like set upgrades, which I don't need yet. And there's a one next to it, so sometimes it's a consumable item. So I'll save it when I need it, so I will have more money to spend. Anyway, that's the chainsaw. It's strong at a weird angle, but against bosses it should be good. Especially if it's like Marisa who floats above you. So you want to shoot upwards anyway. And that's not even what I came here for. And I can do it with time stopped. The damage seems pretty good. Oh, they're not supposed to return to me. I have to get on top of them. So if they're stuck to the wall, they come back to you if you come close to them. I'm glad I found that chainsaw, because otherwise this would have been for nothing, because there's just a door I can't open yet. If I had already found the chainsaw the first time around, I would be very annoyed here. And I can only backtrack again. A double jump by accident there. I think that's a good spot to use the shop ticket when you're about to die. And you know you're far from a save point, you can use that to heal. I first saw that Mandragora and then I bumped into the other one. It's 3,000 something just to recover some health. I didn't think about how you could call the shop with the ticket and then buy another one. So long as you can afford to spend another 500 every time, you can essentially use that as many times as you want. And it's a consumable, so you can stock it up to use on bosses, I guess. I think it's easier to just walk back to where I was before instead of going all the way to the teleport. I was running away there just in case that wasn't enough to kill this enemy. Now I'm safe. If you freeze time, like timing the chainsaw is very difficult. But it goes through tiles, so I just killed that enemy by accident. Good to know. If you get to right on your enemy's face, you can like throw the chainsaw and hit it before it does that arc on the midair. And I knew that was gonna happen at some point, so I'm not surprised. So you can easily kill these living armors by if you point blank them with the chainsaw. And you robbed me of the chance to try out my chainsaw on them. What do you plan on doing about those jewels? They are crystallized, okay? Oh, so this is the thing about them raising your stats. Yeah, you forgot. Isn't it better not to sell them? It's better to sell them and buy items. I did not notice that on the shop screen before. I'd have to see like what's the rate of how many geos you have versus how much your stats improve. Yeah, the chainsaw is gonna take some practice before I can consistently hit it. I can throw it right onto this enemy's face, but then he just dashes away from it. I wonder if anybody's on like a challenge chainsaw only one of this game. I can't get into water in times frozen, so how do I go about this? Oh, that way, like you do in the early game. It's only moves in times frozen. Even if the chainsaw these take too long to come. And the chainsaw is not good against those bubble mates because they catch on the bubbles instead of the enemy that's shooting them. This is another area, but I haven't beaten the boss of this yet, so I'm not supposed to come here yet. Alright, they don't stop aiming for this time. A powerful wedge is waiting just beyond this point. Might be difficult for Parsealed, but don't give up. You don't need to thank me, this is all I can do, and her portrait is glitching out. Well, Sakura did say that Taki was probably a fake. Wonder what that's about. They did say Tori made those photos and she was acting suspicious before. So probably has something to do with her. Your internet's going bad, that's a shame since I'm about to get a boss fight. But if it's a difficult one thing, I take a long time with it, so I'll still not be finished by the time you come back. Miss Patchoulissimo. You're having fun, I guess. Did you create this road? I thought it was Remilio. Red and White Trimedic gets upset if you try anything against Tokyo, so you created a separate space. Since it's been so peaceful, she needed some excitement. We're doing all this just to entertain the hosts of the mission. I don't mind, but this is your health, okay? You're saying above me, good thing I just got this sub-weapon that shoots upwards. And here books have a cool 3D effect. I think I'm mostly using the chainsaw this time because it's trickier to shoot up with the knives because you have to keep holding the analog stick in that direction. Odd leaves don't stop with the time freeze. Looks like she has a like multi-element thing going on. Every spell she does is a different element. And now that you mentioned to get off, like she's not my favorite Touhou character, she's a second place, but she is my favorite out of the Dimension cast from Touhou 6. Which I think would have been like an easy guess in a way. Book is very Mega Man X2 Sigma, like I haven't played that game. So Megami has something like this. And this attack is like a bait. If you don't stop time, they just don't move. I guess it's better to get them moving so you don't get surprised by them later. I'm focusing too much on just dodging. So this is actually a good spot to heal if you use this nail time. Almost doing it. Nice. My asthma when I least need it. Asthma that makes you explode, I guess. The only game in that series I played was the X Advent on the DS. And I think I came close to beating it, but never actually got to the end. The one that's actually also a Metroidvania. Did you break the seal by force? Thanks to a gadget-loving Kappa. So looks like the bosses don't expect me to be able to stop time. They all comment about that in one way or another. Which should be alluding to the fact you can try doing these bosses without using that power. And then the game becomes much more difficult. Castle Shikami is a good series if you like Touhou. I know that one by name. I think it's on the Wii, and I thought of getting it to play on mine, but I never got around to it. Remilia is the next one, so assuming she's the final boss, we are actually pretty close already. I thought this game would last like 2 entire streams. So I have to start thinking about if I finish this game tomorrow already. What I'm going to play next, because I'm still not 100% on it. Because if you just go by Touhou 6 characters, Remilia is the only one left, I think. I mean, there are 2 bosses that we skipped from Touhou 6, that's Cerno and Rumia. Then after Patchouli would normally fight Sakuya herself, but she's the main character this time. I guess there's Flan as an extra boss after Remilia, so she might be the actual final boss. Or a post-game boss like in the original. And if you don't know about Touhou characters and you have no idea who I'm talking about, I'm sorry. But I think that was worse whenever I was talking about Inazuma 11. I should be able to go to that new area. I shouldn't like to co-op play close at your own dialogue, but... Oh, Mega Man X had a co-op mode. I didn't know about that. And I guess this is the final area then. Oh, Castle Shikigami, not Mega Man X, sorry. Now that I think about it, it's not that common for bullet hells to have co-op. It's like standard on regular shoot 'em ups, like the ones that are less extreme. But with bullet hells, I can only think of the Karugas on that has co-op. Touhou games, because I don't ever have them. There's some that have a versus mode, but not a co-op mode. Now they say every Castlevania game has a clock tower area, right? Is there something like that? Yellow arrow moving in reverse when you stop time. I also have to pay attention if you like find any place that looks breakable in the world, because that seems to be how you find those sub weapons. To play the main character and the girl had a cat, they pretend to be a superhero duo and to go pair together. That's cute. I had this shooter up on the PlayStation that I liked a lot called Sonic Wings. You could also play as... you could play co-op and they also had dialogue like between the characters you chose. So I think that game had like fixed duos, like basically you had 2 characters for every country, and if you played co-op you could only like play as the pair from the same country, you couldn't mix them up. Or maybe you could, but it was an unlockable feature, I'm not actually sure. Because only as an adult I'd come to find that this game had, Sonic Wings had unlockable characters that I never saw. To this day actually, someday I have to go play that again to unlocking these characters. Always interesting like finding out stuff about games several years after I last played them. Also, that game had a character that was a dolphin, like just a dolphin on an aviator hat. Everybody else was human. And I always played as the dolphin. I hope I don't have to do a lot of backtracking here, because it's a lot of waiting around. And this one is literally just a Super Mario enemy. I missed a spot over there, so I guess I'll have to backtrack at some point. I imagine that room will be more annoying to go through the other way around. The little golden pigs in Atelier Iris have been forever still in my mind as a really hard super boss. And are they also like really hard to find? Oh, I was trying to break this box and found a secret by accident, but I have no way to get past it. I guess I need some kind of firepower to burn it. So nothing on that end, I can come to this room. Well, I'm gonna be upset if this room has just the upgrade I need to get through that box. They take out the turns so you lose unless you hard counter them. How does that work? Is this like the timeline in the Digimon story games? They just take up all the spaces. I'm getting a taste of my own medicine here. Well, I actually had one Atelier game on my PS3 that I never got around to playing. I know I wanted to play one Atelier game, so I just got the one that I like the main character's look the most, because I otherwise didn't know anything about it. It was the one that had a blonde main character. I forgot what she was called. If there's a way to play that game on PC, I could stream it in the future. I wonder if I should just backtrack to this spot already. Because going back to it is going to be a long way no matter what. Oh, you have to come back for the box anyway, so I might as well go for it for now. I almost got pranked. Oh, so that's what the ruins on the previous one were warning me about. Also, I suspect this is a bottomless pit. Just sends you back down. Hey, so if I stand on top of them... Never mind, I thought you could like stand on them and they would bring you up with them. I can look up like Atelier games for the PS3, that should come up. I found it already, it's Atelier Ayesha. Oh, and that's on Steam, that's interesting. I'll have it on my wish list. It's Atelier Ayesha, The Alchemist of Dusk DX. This is where I fell before. Also, I didn't see that HP upgrade. I just barely managed to like save myself just to get knocked down by an enemy. I'm trying to get rid of those spirits first, but since I can't... they still move in stop time, there's no easy way to get rid of them. Oh, can I stand when I like shoot a knife downwards? I can, so that makes it a lot easier. Never mind, this was what you were supposed to do. You just wait until the bridge comes back up. What I was going to do would be to like shoot a knife downwards like that, down there. And then stand on top of it to get past this one. Turns out I didn't have to bother. I knew that part was going to fall, but still couldn't respond to it in time. There better be a really good upgrade after this. That or this is the path to the final boss, because it kinda looks like it. Since I'm on the roof of Dimension window. Oh wait, what do I do about this one? Oh, now I know at least. The roof isn't always the final boss in Castlevania at least. No, it's climatic, so... I was only assuming that Remilia is the final boss, but there might be someone else later. Because it feels too soon to end the game. Because I noticed it's supposed to be about the same length as the Idrit's game, and that one took me 2 streams. There's sisters road dimension. And that thing I noticed game has 2 post-game secret bosses. So there's gonna be more to do after the end anyway. So this will fall down. Okay, I still stand on it while it's falling. That's nice. I got a scroll knife. I was expecting a like fire knife, but that's good enough. Oh, it's not a sub weapon, it's just a upgrade to the normal knife. Now I'll have to do this backtracking the... At least this place has a shortcut, you can just fall down on purpose. I wish there was more stuff like that in the other areas. In that case, I'm getting to this spot next. And that might be where the stream ends, because it's coming close to 3 hours. Just talking about how time consuming to be to backtrack through this section. I haven't figured out why you're collecting gems yet, I won't say. Okay, so confession time. As I've said, I've watched a friend play this before. So I actually already know what's gonna happen in the end, like I vaguely remember it. But I'm also not seeing it. There are times like when I'm playing something I already know the plot of, like when I played the Live Alive, because I had played the classic version of that. There's times when I'm going to like act like I don't know what's going to happen or something surprises me. But I already knew about it. Also, this is much trickier the other way around. Almost fine to a Saw Blade. Oh, there was a secret passage here. No, I need health, so I think I'll try farming these jellyfish things for some. And once again, I found that by accident. So looks like these passages won't always be marked, you just have to randomly shoot at the wall to find one. It is a bit like how Castlevania works like, right? There's something about wild chicken that's serious that I'm aware of. And speaking of Metroid, these enemies kinda look like them. And I'm only realizing now that the thunder effect from the stone knife is on AoE. You know, I'm losing as much health as I'm gaining from doing this. Don't get a move on. And quickly because they keep respawning. My favorite Castlevania is when we play as quote-unquote Dracula. You're talking about Soma, right? I think it's from the DS one. And there's an upgrade. Just give me a bit more grace. This part is so much worse in reverse. And I try to shoot downwards and so I try to fire a knife down at that enemies, but I slide kicked instead. And that got me stuck on the spikes. So I'm all the way back at this, like way before I got that upgrade. So I'm gonna have to do it all over again. Well, at least we're not ending the game too early. But I'm used to that by now, like this happened a lot in Wonderland Crypt as well. I will be ending the stream now though, because it's about time. Let me see if anybody I know is streaming. Here, Alexis is playing Antfield. He has been doing so since before I started my stream, actually. And here's who I'm raiding today. Thanks, Kira. Thanks a lot for tuning in, everybody. Hope to see you tomorrow when I'm continuing Long Nights. Thanks, Night. Have a good rest of your day as well. So yeah, hope to see you tomorrow for more Metroidvania, and have a good night.